But yeah, so I have a few questions for you now, actually, because I feel like there are some things that maybe I might know, but other people might not know.
Okay.
So well, the first one that comes to mind is: did you plan on releasing 2 projects this year?
Not even one bit.
So how was the plan? Because we spoke at the beginning of the year, innit? And like we actually had an idea of how we wanted this year to go. And it
went in a
didn't.
completely different
It
direction. Yeah.
It didn't. One question. Okay.
Sorry, no, carry on.
No, one question I had for everybody is: when did you feel like or know when the year was doomed?
They took Kobe from us in the first month.
From December of 2019, I knew
See,
it.
it's over.
It's true.
Yeah, basically.
I'm not doing this no more.
When we
From March.
did I think, was it the pilot for Set the Bar?
Okay, yeah, in general.
It was me, Joshua, and Vic Tizzle in a room, and we were doing the podcast, and they were like, "Oh, what do you think 2020 is gonna be like?" And I said, "I've been seeing tweets of people going 2020 is my year." I said, "This year is either cursed or it's blessed. If you are ready for it, you won't die. But if you're not ready for it, you're gonna die."
Gonna die.
I said it in 2019 because it was happening too frequent. I was like, no, it can't be everybody's year.
Yeah.
So it can't be everybody's year.
Someone's taking it out.
I said the
Someone
chamber
has
is
to.
full.
Do
There's
you
too
know
many
what I mean?
people.
There's balance in life. I said.
Somebody's getting dropped to the gulag.
Someone's gone to the gulag.
Oh my
like,
God.
We jinxed it.
Yeah, basically.
No, I don't think I jinxed. Well, I think
You
everybody
didn't think it was
who
going to
said,
be this bad, though, innit?
I didn't think it was going to be this
Yeah.
bad, but I
hard.
definitely I said 2020 has powers, and if you don't tap into your team,
21st, you know.
21st December, guys.
Right.
21st December.
21st
I said
December.
this year has powers, and if you don't tap into something, you
So
can
everybody
die.
on the 21st, guys, just think about what you want.
I'm thinking about it.
Invisibility, I want it.
I'm ready to fly, bruv.
Yeah. So yeah. So and how do you think they were like individually received? So in the meantime, that was more like quarantine.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to drop 2 projects, but as God had it, the gap was gonna be way, way, way too long to drop another project, especially to just come out with like the singles that I had off of the Art of Conversation with the videos and X, Y, and Z. I was like, Bella, you better get yourself out there again. Remind them of your face and remind them that you can make music, kind of thing. And also, cause I grew as an artist and as a songwriter as well, I wanted people to receive the new stuff so that they weren't expecting Last Train Home. Because Last Train Home for me was the very teeny bop, kids bop. Yeah, she's Bella, she's cool, she can sing. Not to say that those songs don't have substance, but in comparison to what I'm making now, I wanted people to be introduced to a different, hello, hi, I'm an artist. It's mature. It's music that you can listen to. It's timeless, that type of stuff. So I think in the meantime it wasn't planned, but it was really, really perfect. And it really, really set me up for some great things for the Art Conversation. So as much as like, in the meantime is a smaller project and you can see it, like some people don't even know about in the meantime, but the people that do are like, you know,
Super
like,
fans.
they're like
it's like we knew the album was coming. Like
Yeah.
we sensed it. We
literally,
sensed
that's
it.
why I called it in the meantime.
sensed
But
it.
yeah, so like I get reminded about Good Thing every day, and that's not the song that has the most streams, but it's the song that I get the most feedback about. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and then in the Art of Conversation has been received very well.
Amazing.
Was not expecting that because my postcode. No, genuinely, I make music because I love to make music, and you know what, God has allowed me to, He has given provision so that I can just make music. But I don't have high expectations of this country, so I just put it out because I know what I want for myself, but I'm gonna out.
I don't give a heck. I'm gonna out.
I don't give a heck.
So,
Me
yeah,
Pierre.
I don't give a heck. I don't care what people say.
So that leads to my next question. How do you feel like R&B, UK R&B this year has been received? Because I feel like we've seen a few emergence of, people that can make
I think, you see, this UK R&B term is very irritating, especially for people like me, because it's like, listen, I'm just trying to make, it's R&B, and that's it. Like, you're not gonna, if you heard Good Thing for the first time, you're not gonna go, wow, this is some good UK R&B.
People try to make it sound like a subgenre, but it's
See
not.
what
It's
I'm
just
saying? It's just
R&B
R&B
from the UK.
from the UK, because there's no such thing as UK R&B.
Yeah.
R&B is not ours, so you can't say UK R&B. It's not inherently ours. But I do believe that good music has been received very well this year from people making R&B. I think they're trying to capitalize on a scene. There's no scene. There's just people here making R&B that are more visible now, and still not at the visibility that we would like, or that even makes sense to buy McDonald's. But it doesn't make sense. But I mean, we're getting there. I think there's been shifts, and I feel like a lot of us R&B girls and guys just need to continue making good projects, so that people are like, oh, we actually have talent in our own country. Because I think the main goal is, especially for me, is not to stay here. It's to say that when I was here, I was appreciated by and championed by my own country, so that when I do become an international whatever, I don't look back with resentment. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like Ella Mai just won her first UK award, and it was a MOBO. And she had at one point the biggest song in the world.
Crazy. And
she's from South London. And she literally said, I'm shocked because the country I'm from acts like R&B doesn't exist. If I open my mouth, they'll say I'm opening my mouth. But Ella Mai does not give an eck about this place. And there's a disconnect between the UK audience and her, because we can feel that she doesn't. Yeah. But we can't be angry at her.
We have to understand. We have to definitely.
She was putting out bangers. She put out 3 projects before, and Boot Up came out in 2017.
Yeah.
Time before it blew
then my
up.
man stole it. And it was cold. I can't lie. Stole it. It was wavy.
And but that's when we had it, and we just.
We had it. We didn't listen. We said, okay, thank you. And then when it became, when the Americans said this is cool, we said, yeah, feelings. Like
100 crease in the car. Me.
Literally, like. Yeah, but.
Do you know what I was gonna ask you? Obviously, because I know you're running questions. Yeah. What do you said you're passionate about music? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like a lot of the stuff that's come out? I say since I was like in like college. Yeah. It feels like man do music because either they're good at it or they got an engineer that's cold. So like when they start talking about music or you're with them, you're like, right, you don't really know music like that. Do you think because you're passionate about music allows you to make better music, or would you just say if you're talented, then it is what it is, isn't it?
I think music is. First of all, music has become very accessible. Tomorrow you could make a mixtape and it could go clear. Especially because you're in the UK, and if you label it a UK rap, they're gonna put you at the forefront of everything. You're the cover
Poster
of
boy,
every
playlist.
Spotify playlist. Yeah. You're it. Do you know what I mean? So music is very accessible. However, legacy isn't accessible.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I was gonna ask something after about that. Go on.
If you're passionate about music, and again, passion can be one thing, and whether you're supposed to do it or not, it's another thing as well. If you are passionate but don't have the drive to do it, you're not gonna get anywhere. If you have the drive to do it but you're not passionate, you're not gonna. But when you have both, that's called purpose, right? So if you're supposed to do music, it's gonna connect. It's gonna make sense. That's because you would have studied your craft. You would know what you're doing. Like if you're gonna enter a world, you're gonna need to know about the world you're entering. If you actually care about your artistry, and I think that's what people connect to, and that's what I was saying before about the UK rappers. I care about J Huss's artistry because he does. Do you know what I'm saying? I care about Wretch's artistry because he does. I've been in a room with Wretch whilst he was writing.
Swear.
The most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. The guy doesn't write anything down.
He just gets up and
spits.
Him and Avelino.
He goes to the beginning. He thinks of the second line. He spits the first line, then the second line. He goes back to the beginning. He does the first, second, third. Goes back to the beginning.
Crazy stuff.
And he lays them down. I said, this is somebody who has sat down and faced the wall and
he's worked on his craft. Yeah.
spit bars at the wall. There's no way. He was drilling it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know whether it's better music, because what do we classify as better music? Is it metrics? Is it numbers that classify as? Because I know there are certain songs that have millions of streams that's not better than some of the songs that I've made.
Okay, so I was gonna say because there was a little time where it felt like everyone was making music, but it all sounded the same, and I feel like because one person passed off it, everyone thought I'm making out the hood this way. Do you get it?
Like,
so, go on.
thing. Not to like, I know this guy gets a lot of flack in it, but I don't listen to him. So, but from like what I've heard from like J1 or something like that, like
Bro.
his whole thing is he's capitalized off the like bouncy
Fam.
beat that's very popular.
This youth's got.
Yeah.
No,
Stormzy
I won't even. But he's got engineer.
No,
and
no,
the
but
engineer's
no,
waving, and the engineer said, "Have that."
Literally,
And he went in the booth and spat some
Literally,
"Get Me,"
like,
and he
it's-
bust, and everyone's thinking, "This is me now." So
Yes,
you're listening to
But
the music,
that's,
you're like,
that's the thing. Even
this is
the
kinda
bus
air.
that he bust, it wasn't even.
Yeah.
No, but this is what I was saying, right? Music is attainable. Meaning, right? Cool. I'm gonna throw you on the bus quickly. In like 3 or 4 years ago, when I was
trying
developing
to
as
spit
an
16?
artist, yeah. Nah.
Fuck.
So
Nah, he said,
I haven't heard
so
it.
he's
I'm about
made
to
a
get onto
tune
you,
like a
though.
proper
Trust me. Finished.
like a jokey tune, right?
Yeah.
But because he had access to the studio, he was able to do that.
Yeah.
If he turned around, yeah,
It was sick.
if he turned around and said that
I want to drop this.
I'm gonna drop this,
You're
his
salty,
friend
yeah.
that was on the track, or the friend that was on the other friend that was on the track could be like, man could do this music thing, you know. And then his friend could go, man
you're right,
could do this music
He's
thing,
not
you
even
know.
passionate about it. He's just doing
It's
it.
just cause I
And then
can,
you're like,
and the
shit.
clout is
Like,
enough
look,
to pay my bills. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas I can't tell you how much I despise when I hear someone, oh, man's trying to Bellah, like, how do you do this music thing? I'm like, this is not a music thing. This is a
not
music
passionate.
life.
This is
This
life.
is a music life.
giving
This
me
is like,
bollocks.
I cried about this thing. Do you know what I mean? It's not because I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I still did it anyway. You saw proof, hard cash, numbers, metrics, and said, "Rah, man can jump on this thing. You know, you can do your thing for less." I'm a black woman making R&B in the UK. I need budget because if I do not present a certain way, nobody gives a heck, right? But Josh. Even when you said you didn't engineer, even if it was a shit mix, Josh can do something. Use these cameras, go like this, post it on YouTube, go to bed and wake up with 500k stream views.
Depending on the
Like that.
platform as well.
Depending on the
Like,
platform.
Today, I don't. Anyway, I don't care. They're not gonna respond to the thing anyway. I added GRM Daily, and I was like, I'll have a deal for you guys' platform. And I was thinking, just like, if there was what if there was for R&B, what
it a
there
good
is for
idea?
daily.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
mean.
a good idea. No, I don't. Hey, no free clout. no.
Okay.
Do you know what though? There are platforms
There
like
are
Bro,
that.
no
It's
free
It's
clout. We're
just-
not.
Again, like I said, right?
He's taking us out the hood.
People
Can't be giving
don't-
up these ideas. You're mad.
R&B is not ours. So when there are platforms created like that, so there's a platform called R&B,
I remember
right?
it. Yeah, I follow them.
That are everything R&B. Anything R&B that comes out, they've got a YouTube channel, they've got a Twitter page, Instagram page, everything, and they champion R&B like crazy people.
Yeah.
Because that was their platform to be like, you know what, we're gonna be the answer to that. Whether we pay it any mind is another thing.
It's another thing.
And then it's the same people that don't pay any mind that be complaining. No, you can't be.
music
Yeah,
shit.
we don't-
So
You
R&B
don't
Brit.
look R&B.
R&B Brit.
R&B.
Fine.
Okay.
So it's mad because even one of my the people on my team was on Clubhouse talking about this subject.
I think
It
I
was
was.
irritating. Kenny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in that room. Yeah.
He said, "Can all the people on the stage name 5 UK R&B acts?" And everybody was stuttering.
silent.
You're complaining about things that you don't know about. Like, so it's frustrating for R&B acts like me because it's like, I would have gone in the room and be like, "Can you in my business? Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Leave because you don't know what you're talking about. Like, support or shut up. Like, that's
Right.
literally it.
That's it.
But at
following
the same time, I'm not mad at it. Like, I'm still gonna make music that's gonna surpass me. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't want to make bubblegum.
That music that lasts for a little while. and-
Not even commercial. I would love my songs to be commercial because I
You
would
want it to
take
be
Summer
long-lasting.
Walker's commercial, but we still bang out her songs. Being pop doesn't have pop has a sound, but pop means popular music.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So we dictate what is pop.
What
we
is pop?
dictate what is pop. So I would love my and it will eventually, but I'm not mad at the whole. I've learned to not be mad at the scene because what's for me is.
It's gonna be for you.
Do you get what I mean? And I know the type of music I don't want to create, and that's what's being championed. So if I'm doing what I need to do, then if that's the case,
Do you know? Sorry. Do you know what I feel like from a lot of people's like thing with R&B is, or at least R&B in the UK is because, again, as people always say this, UK like scene is quite young in comparison to like our American counterparts and things like that. And if you listen to like a lot of,
Go on.
I'd say so in terms of popularity, as from black people. Like,
Are we talking
UK
about R&B or just music?
I'm talking about
Just
music
R&B.
scene, like in general. Then I'm getting
Music.
onto R&B. I'm saying like our music scene because now, let's say,
We've been about for a minute, you know.
No,
No,
but,
but I'm
do you
saying
mean
our
like attention
scene-
on it? Do you mean like
that's
attention
what I'm
being put
saying.
on it?
Our scene in terms of like
What,
being
globally
as big,
or
no,
here?
bro, just listen. for it being as big as it is now is a young thing. Like being mainstream. Like people
Taking
get
this
onto
thing
this guy all the time. Oh, that's what your hair's saying, bro. Oh, come on. That's what.
reaction.
That's no, yeah. That's what people be.
Take your hair from me, cause
Fam, that's what people be saying. Like people don't realize how big of what Stormzy's done is.
Yeah.
Like as an artist, and it's like you don't have to rate his music. Like, and I get it. Like I like Stormzy, but I only like that 3 or 4 songs from his album. But if you deep what
he's done.
Stormzy's album is platinum, like platinum in the UK, like I know because we see like Drake and
That
people
is
go
even a
platinum.
thing, yeah.
It's like
Wow.
it's not an easy thing to do at all.
Yeah, because there's even I was in research for this. I was studying how many like black artists have gone number one in like the last 3 years, and it's like 7
Only from
over like the last 5 years, and literally maybe from like 2017, and I think singles it's like 5 or something because it's like Dave, Stormzy,
Skepta has to be on there.
I don't think
Skepta might not even be on it.
Platinum.
Skepta might not even be on it. I don't.
Bro,
don't
I think
know.
one of his albums went silver the other day, and it's like it's been out for
No
years.
way.
Like,
Like,
the platinum is big, bro.
things are
Like
moving
it's
very-
big. It's not a little thing.
And think
That's-
how quick he got that because the platinum was on. No, it was the first album. It was G-Sap.
I think so. You
No,
know.
no.
I think
his second
Was it
album
Heavy as a
went
Head?
platinum,
That he
yeah.
got platinum.
Yeah,
Think
yeah.
how quick that was
So
because that
both
album
them.
was what?
Well, was it?
Was it
Was that-
2019?
Yeah.
Early last year.
But I was
G-
I was enjoying that
G-Sap.
album beginning of this year.
Wait, hold
His
on.
new album dropped this year.
Yeah, I was
I was in
enjoying
uni
that album
playing.
beginning of this year.
Yeah, that's
It
why
was
I'm.
January, I think.
That's what I mean. It's
That's
big.
crazy.
Like it's big that he's done that. And if you deep it, yeah, that's why I was saying. I was just using them as an example of how like it's become popular and it's like everybody will know Stormzy. You can argue his sound's been watered down and stuff. That's an argument for itself. But now that's a black artist in the forefront of UK music. Now, if you look back to like a lot of R&B in like America, like during like the early 90s, a lot of the artists we heard would be featured on a rap song, and they all had a similar not a similar sound, but you
Or a
knew
hook, it'd be-
you get what I mean. Like you knew there was a rapper and there was gonna be an R&B person on the hook.
Yeah.
I feel like bare UK music has been trying to do that for a while now, and a lot of the R&B singers that I hear on those type of songs, they sound the same on that type of song. Do you get what I mean? Like
Trying to
even
rap.
no, like even it's a sound. It's like even
They're not really
like
singing.
Mahalia on
Eddie's thing.
Eddie's thing. Mahalia doesn't usually sound like that. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like Mahalia, I fuck with Mahalia
Because she
so
usually
much.
sings like.
Do you,
with
do you
that.
get what I mean?
Get me,
But then
yeah.
it has that sound on it. So I feel like if people are being introduced to it like that, that's the only way they're gonna like receive it from if it's mainstream.
Yeah.
Art. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like people have to. If there
You might
was,
have to just like R&B to like follow R&B.
I get you, but at the same time, if you're not shown something, you might not know that you like it.
I don't think that's the case. I think a good song is a good song.
But I think bare people say we don't like UK R&B is shit, but they don't follow R&B. Though.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So you're gonna say something shit, but you're not looking for it.
But that's why I said that whole thing, because that's how like a lot of people were brought onto, or at least from my experience, that's how I was brought onto R&B.
From older people, innit?
From American artists, from American rappers. I would hear an R&B sing on the hook, and I'd be like, oh, she's cold, and I might go in here.
Do your Google
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. How
research,
bare
yeah.
people probably in the UK are introduced to R&B singers like that. Because if
Yeah.
you heard Mahalia on the Heady thing,
Without
you might
feeling
not
it's
be
good.
like, I want to
wanna
go
check
listen to
her
her
out,
after
yeah.
this. That's what
But
I'm
I
saying.
think also maybe the rappers aren't creating songs that are accommodating
Yeah.
That's
the
what
R&B.
He
exactly.
gave
But
her
then
like
I
But
feel
then
like
the
she's
question
very
is, why
like.
do they then
yeah.
go and seek out? Like
The
how do they pick
Yeah.
the voices to be on?
Sometimes
song
it's
I don't think
they pick.
necessarily.
Someone just tells them to put them on the album.
Most artists have that like
That
Creative
creative
freedom.
freedom.
that freedom to do it, but I also feel like it's also who's popping. And I feel like some people want to further an agenda, but they don't know how to do it, so they just do it carelessly.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, Mahalia's sick. Let's champion her. Just put her on this thing. It's gonna be sick.
Like,
But
you
we
know-
didn't creatively think.
Think about
Like
this.
when Storms was talking about, I had to turn down Jay-Z on the because it would be a
Yeah,
sick
it
look,
Yeah.
but it just didn't make sense
didn't make
Yeah.
sense.
sonically.
Yeah,
More artists need to think like that.
yeah.
Don't just fling anyone on your record because you want to support them.
Think about it.
you know
Think
that,
about
about
it.
it.
Create a song with them.
Yeah.
you know that girl that was on Nines' album on the Stalker interlude. What's her name?
Oh, fam, that was so.
That
I
was-
really liked that, man.
That was cold. You
It
see what I'm
was-
saying?
it
Because
sounded so
he
good.
gave her the end and he said, "This is you." Do you
Yeah.
get me? Like, make the song yours. But I thought that bare rappers that are doing the R&B thing, it's my song, but I'm gonna give you
I'm just
10
gonna
seconds.
give you- yeah.
Do your
Do your
thing.
little
Do you get?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get
Do
me.
your little-
And that's sometimes it's more, like you said, harmful than helpful.
Yeah,
Because
if you're gonna
You've
do
given me
that,
10
fuck
seconds
it.
to showcase basically nothing, and now no one wants to check me out
Yeah.
on top
Yeah.
because
You
I
gave her
gave
the
you
answer.
something that
Yeah.
wasn't to my
It wasn't
apps.
me.
Yeah,
It
it
wasn't
wasn't me.
authentic,
So I don't know, man.
And when it's like less quality of artist, like a less quality of a heady one artist, like let's say, fam, all of us have heard them tunes that like when people were like making music coming up, like times when what's that brother's name?
Script.
This isn't
No, go on.
this isn't disrespected to the brother either. What's his name? Josh O. Do you remember them tunes like what like around the
Sounds familiar. But
yeah
O.
like take
Oh,
time.
The
yeah,
Afro
yeah,
swing
yeah.
So
era.
like
yeah.
during this
Yeah.
Afro swing era, now it's less quality than like a heady one in the Afro swing like birthdays, and then there's girls doing R&B singing on there, and it's because it's low quality.
that
you're-
people
it's
don't
even-
you're associated.
Yeah,
If you're not
Yeah.
gonna look at an Mahalia on a heady thing, you're not gonna look at this babe that's singing
That's-
on the Josh O
Yeah,
tune. Do you
yeah,
get what I
Fire
mean?
for a
yeah,
life in a
I get what
song.
you mean.
That's a fire for like, but yeah,
that's very common. But you touched on like reaching a stage where, like, it's just where like it's just music. So kind of that was kind of my next question. Like, when for you was that stage where you realized that like it's actually only music that I'm like gonna have to do?
I knew
or
my
do
whole,
that?
I knew my whole life. It was either music or I die.
Come on.
No,
Not
genuinely,
something- it has to be that.
Just- bag was
genuinely
over.
music, music or death, right?
Mm.
In the sense, my mum put me in musical theatre when I was younger, when I was 4, and I was doing West End when I was 5.
Wow.
Right? I got sick. I stopped doing West End. Got back into musical theatre. I was doing theatre schools and stuff like that. I was doing like off West End stuff, like theatre shows here and there. I studied performing arts in school, nothing else. The moment I could drop a subject that had ifi, history, geography, I dropped everything. That wasn't compulsory. I dropped all of the academic stuff. I said I want music, I want drama, I want this. At sixth form, I studied performing arts, drama, and music. At uni that I dropped out of because I just wanted to do music full time. I first studied popular music, then I did creative musicianship, and I said, you guys are just flinging course titles around and taking my money. That's all you're doing. No, I went to Middlesex first, and then I went to BIM afterwards. But as I was there, I realized, especially BIM, because I thought maybe because the British Institute of Modern Music. So I went to Middlesex first, and I thought, oh, maybe because I went to study music at a generic uni that wasn't specialized in music. It had a good music department, but because it wasn't specialized in music, maybe that's why I didn't get my experience.
Okay.
Then I went to a specialized uni for music, and then I was like, it's not the uni, it's me. Because I was there, and people, I had already got my management by this time.
Oh.
And people were there going in search for the things that I already had. So I had producers that were willing to work with me for free. I had my management. I had just people that were in my corner, backing me and ready to do this artist development thing with me. So I was literally wasting my time, because even the whole networking thing, I was like, I actually don't need to network here at all,
Yeah.
because these are up and coming, which is great. If you want to work at a label, I think going to those type of unis are great to become an A&R, to become someone that just works at the label, or a manager, to become a manager, to do the business side of, or a playlist curator or something like that. Uni makes sense because then you understand the like intricate whatever.
Details and that.
Yeah.
Logistics of
But to be an artist, let me not say this to everyone, but to be an artist, uni is the worst investment you will ever make. Save your money, pay your producers, pay the people that are gonna make you records, pay your writers, pay the people that are gonna invest in you to become the artist that you want. Spend time, not money, basically. So yeah, my mom was even in Nigeria. I called her in the middle of I can't even remember when I dropped out of uni the final time, because I dropped out bare times. I did 1 year, I dropped out. I did another year, dropped out. I said, okay, I'm gonna try again. I said, oh sis, I called her and I was like, this is it. I can't do it. She was like, okay, cool. Just show me that what you're saying is gonna make sense. I said, bet. And so I was skipping lectures to go to the studio anyway. Like I was already on my way to doing what I said I was gonna do. But she didn't know that. She thought I was studying like a studier. Yeah, no, I was making tunes.
But I feel like that makes sense though, because if music is what you want to do, being an artist is not something that you can be taught. Because like you said, it's passion and it's talent. You can't be taught talent. It's either you've got it or you haven't. So it makes sense that you can't go uni to be an artist. Like it has to be something that's in you, and then you work on it.
Exactly. You can learn to be a manager. Yeah. I
Yeah.
also feel like uni doesn't teach hard work. It just teaches
how to study.
How to study. Yeah.
Well, how to time the system.
If you're not on
Right,
it,
To
right,
get
that
it,
too.
like, yeah. And even artists that don't go to university, I think, talent has nothing to do with this. I want everyone to know that talent has absolutely nothing to do, because if somebody is half as talented as me, is outworking me, they're gonna get further in this thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, talent has nothing to do with it. It helps. It definitely helps. But if somebody's working harder than me, I can have all the talent in the world. It doesn't bloody matter. Do you know how many me's there are in the UK that can sing? No, there's no one like me, yeah. But like when I say
people that want to do this,
people that want to do music, black girls that can sing, that want to be an artist, right? But they just don't. That want to be an artist, that want to songwrite, that want to do X, Y, and Z, but they just don't know. One, they don't know where to start, and two, they don't understand what it takes to actually do it. To work hard. And when I say work hard, I don't mean like, oh man, I wrote 3 songs this week, man. I did such a good job. No, as in, you're not going to bed. As in, this whole week you've had 4 hours of sleep because they've called you. As in, you're missing this last train and you're sleeping in your friend's house that lives the closest, and you've walked there. Right? Meaning you're in hospital and you've asked your friend to bring your laptop because I want to lay down a verse for this person quickly. Like, let's cut off your friends for a year. We don't need to see them. It's a lifestyle. Like, if you're not ready to give everything up for the artistry, then you're not gonna get to where you may get somewhere. Especially in this UK, Loz did Ashake on the beat as well, and she got very far. Do you get what I mean? Like, you could get somewhere, you can get clout, but
Rams is hot.
Again, it goes back to that word that you use, legacy.
This is it. And do you know what? I'm talking as someone who wants legacy. Not everybody wants legacy.
It's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if you don't want legacy, if you just want a good time, come and do
your thing.
Do your thing. If you don't want small chops, if you want a small change, if you want to go to the parties where the celebrities, that's fine. Like, you can absolutely do that.
JT and them.
I say I want to be studied in schools when I'm gone. That's how bad I want it. Do you get what I'm saying? I want people to listen to my music and be like, there was an era where these girls came and this was what it sounded like. So that's why I love like Summer Walker and the LVRN thing. Is a love renaissance. Like, they came back and everyone was like, wow, remember R&B? We remember R&B. And this girl was doing it very well.
Just a quick interjection. Did you listen to the Lover and like summer? That Christmas thing.
I didn't listen to it.
That was
What Christmas?
they released like a Christmas
album.
album.
That thing
Just a song.
was straight cheeks.
Oh.
I listened to
Booty.
That's
straight,
not the direction.
I know.
Booty.
I know, like, but like, no, like, because Lovren has like a quite a good roster. They have Summer Walker, Black. Who else?
Is this the label,
Yeah, there's a lot of people on there, but it was just the project itself was just, I don't know what they're doing. Like, one tune, like Summer Walker and Black were on the same tune together. I was thinking,
This is about to slap.
oh, here come the trouble.
You heard it, it's like,
Nah.
Actually, it was very safe.
Yeah.
Very protected.
Sorry, continue.
So that leads to a question that for everybody: what do you think history is gonna like say about this time?
This time.
Like
My
this
lord.
In
time
terms of
history.
music,
Like in 30 years, what are we gonna look back at?
been a
2020.
Terrible
like,
year, bro.
In terms of just
This year took everything. Took everything.
I feel like this year is gonna speak a lot to legacy because, like, if you've noticed it, some people have shied away from dropping stuff because they know that
They
this
feel like
isn't
it
their
was
climate.
dangerous time.
Like, loads of like a lot of the music from like let's say like all the party tunes, bare people are twiddling their thumbs, struggling because there's
You wanna
no
hear this on
parties
the
for your
dance.
tune.
Yeah.
And this isn't to say that they're bad, like what you said. It's just their environment isn't there.
yeah.
And it goes to show like the two environments, like which ones has more like staying power.
Longevity.
Like even let's say like
longevity. Yeah.
Since the uni scene, like people have been going uni parties,
Oh.
we haven't heard it as much.
that's very
See, I was
true.
thinking.
Like only like like albums like WizKid's because it had substance.
Yeah.
Is that but it was. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You can still spin it because it's genuinely good music.
And
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
expecting the B side. I'm
And
still expecting the B
a
side.
lot of the bigger artists as well
We are waiting.
like haven't dropped stuff. And because I want it to be across the spectrum, innit? Like let's say like a Drake. Like Drake released like Dark Lane's demo tape, but that was like throwaways for him
Throwaway,
because
yeah.
bare of his tunes have been leaking.
I like to feel them.
But it's like Drake won't release an album right now because
He knows that.
It's not
especially
conducive.
like in terms of like touring,
Yeah,
like
you can't
you
tell,
can
wow.
speak to this more than I can, but just from like an outsider looking in, is or from what I've heard from, cause I listen to like a lot of music podcasts and all these type of stuff, like a lot of artists won't get money from like streams as much, cause I write songs in it, so I get like a percentage from the song I've written, but the way streams work, it's like it's
change
it's chicken change. You'll get more you'll get more like
from shows and that.
exactly like you'll get more from tours and merchandise and stuff like that. But if
Yeah.
nobody's outside,
Yeah.
No one trying to hear that.
no one's trying to hear that. And
And even
there's-
they're trying to, they can't.
they can't.
want it,
They
they
can't.
can't hear it.
The
Yeah, they
option is
can't.
not there.
So I feel like we'll remember this as like a lot of people like if you had substance to an extent or whatever I guess the general consensus of what substance is to us lot, then people felt comfortable to drop, and we're
We'll
gonna
show you
remember
what your music is about.
and we're gonna remember this because this is what we listened to the most because we had nowhere else to go. We're inside listening to these tunes.
Yeah.
Now I know if you're shit or not.
Everyone's
I
on
can hear
social
it.
media, so like if you were a newer artist, because people were holding back their music, you could release your music and it get noticed.
I don't know, I feel
Because
like
if
from-
you're a newer artist, you say.
Not like that new, but slightly newer. Do you know what I mean? You might have the opportunity for people to see it. People are catching wind of everything. You couldn't even tweet or anything. Do you know what I mean?
to be honest, I
yeah.
feel
I get
you,
what
but I
you mean.
disagree at the same
But I
time.
think if
because
no, go on.
in terms of like new artists, like, I found you this year because of lockdown, like because of No Signal. That way, that's so incredible. But I feel like it deserves this whole like conversation by itself. But
No
like, No Signal.
No signal.
But bare people.
I need to know how much time we have left.
But bare people won't get seen because one thing I saw from loads of people saying, unless it's like a thing that's like popular on the TL, like a No Signal, so many people are tweeting, or the least I see is they listen to the same songs like all the time, even though people's wrapped up was a little bit contradictory, but it's more so like like you have the songs that you liked this year or the projects that you liked this year, and that's what you would loop because. Like you said, you don't really want to listen
hear
to
nothing
new
else.
music
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
because
That's what
you're
I
in
was
the
thinking.
same
You're playing it
environment
proper,
and you're comfortable with the stuff you have.
just
So
is the same
It has to
tune.
catch me. Like maybe I see a snip and I'm like, rah.
Yeah.
But if you're new, I ain't got time for you right now.
I felt like you had to
Because
be-
usually you might hear a new song in the dance and you'll be like, oh shit.
So so that
But
is
'cause we're not in the
my next
dance,
question for you, Zot. Because
like-
Because I'd say this year taught me how I actually find music, like how I find music that I actually like in it. Because normally, you go out, you hear something, you take it home. This year, it's like we haven't really had nothing really. So how did you find music this year? Was it just social media or?
Let Spotify do the work. So.
So because I don't trust my Spotify recommendations.
Spotify works like that for you, like
Sometimes
you trust
now,
them?
because obviously I've done it so many times, it just plays the same songs that I've already got on a playlist or something.
You're lucky.
So
The thing
do
is,
you
I
listen to
think
Spotify playlists?
no.
I
don't.
occasionally, I think if you take time to actually look into Spotify playlists, you will find amazing gems. But again,
Eventually.
it's you being like, oh, you know what? I've been listening to the same music all the time.
just keep-
Let me go and see what this play like. That's how I found out this this playlist called Jazz Rap. It has some amazing songs in there.
I'ma check it out,
Amazing,
so-
like huh? There's Koji Radicals even. There's bare
Koji
people.
is
It's not
like,
just UK. It's like
anyway,
it's
niggas know how I
literally-
feel about Koji.
International.
yeah. It's literally hella people. But when I found that place, I was like, oh shit, like there's this whole playlist with all these artists that I don't know, like 99% of them basically, but I'm listening to the songs, I'm like, fuck, and I like so many of them. So it's really a matter of like
how you're feeling.
Yeah, how you're feeling. Like if you're lazy and it's like, I don't mind. Yeah. It's like I don't mind listening to the same songs all the time. Then cool. But I know me and the way I like music. I'll listen to the same songs for maybe like a week or so, and it's like, no, I need to add at least 2 new songs into this rotation. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get bored. Like, so it's about being like active. A lot of people are passive when it comes to finding out new music.
That's
very passive.
but that's how the people at the top stay at the top, because a lot of people are passive, and what's at the forefront, we're gonna feed you, and you're gonna take it, and then that's it.
That's
true.
That's why I'd say like, because I'm more so listen to like the jazz rap type people, or like the alternative like artists. So it was from lockdown really is when I started listening to like these Spotify like type playlists.
Yeah.
So that's when I heard like, before this year I hadn't heard, well, even though this year he blew, and even though we're not like really that fond of him, like Dutch, like I came across Dutch and M Honcho's music this year really because I was on the playlist.
Yeah.
Like that's how I even found what's her name? I found Coffee Lockdown. Like because it was in the UK like playlist thing, and that's how I found it. Otherwise, I don't usually go on playlists. It's me, I'll find somebody on YouTube. I might watch her Colours or something.
Colours
or,
is also
or,
very
and
Ooh,
literally
Tiny
Tiny
Desk.
Desk. That's one thing I proper missed. And then Ty Dolla $ign went on there and they did a couple like loose joints. I was just thinking, bro, just give me the stuff I want. Like,
yeah. I think that's very nice, especially with Tiny Desk, because Tiny Desk, it can be anything
Yeah.
that they want to, and it'll be like 4 songs, and you're only like one of the songs, and you just have to just sit.
I swear they're doing like a quarantine version though.
Yeah, people
I
do.
like
I don't like the quarantine
The
version. I
only
want
one
you to
I
be
liked
together.
is the Roddy one.
I can hear the choir.
Roddy's
Yeah, I like
too.
Roddy's one, yeah.
Get me, I'm trying to hear all of that.
But yeah, more time people suggest music to me, and that's how I found it. I find it.
No Signal as well. I know we touched on No Signal as well, but No Signal have done an amazing job of putting on UK artists. Period. Whether it's rap, whether it's R&B, whether it's that when they do the halftime thing and they play new music, the amount of times you between they're like, nah, sorry, what's this? People are waiting for them to drop the name of the song. They put people on very well this lockdown.
No Signal was obviously I'm friends with a DJ at No Signal, so we're very close, and he was like, so what, you were gonna drop music and you didn't send it to me? So I sent him Good Thing, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play it. I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, just gonna get another radio play on a X, Y, and Z. People might not even at the time Billie Jean.
Yeah, you're really excited over that one.
Everybody's got their favourites. Slip
Shout
it
out
in.
Uncle.
My phone said,
were-
people are looking for you, darling. I said, what the fuck?
It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
proper sick. I underestimated the impact for real, because I was only there for the verses and stuff like that.
I think a lot of people have underestimated the impact of No Signal.
Yeah.
But
Like the way they held it down over the lockdown, the entertainment, like
I thought it was gonna go. Still.
no, people are trying to downplay it, but you actually can't.
you
You
can't.
can't downplay
But
that.
that's
What they
I
did.
mean. I feel like lockdown gave the opportunity. Like, see how you said your phone was like buzzing off. Had there not been a lockdown, that might not have happened. You see what I'm saying? So the exposure new artists were able to get because of, and we can say it's them because they played a big part, but that contributed heavily.
Yeah.
1000%.
and I was gonna say something.
I was there to see.
Yeah, like, but that, I guess that speaks to the severance of the relationship between black artists and radio, or like the not traditional black artists, but the artists we've deemed as substance artists and radio. Do you get what I mean? Because without a No Signal that plays like music that be like, we wouldn't have got. Do you get what I mean? Like, and like what you said, it would have just been another radio. Even the fact that you deemed it as like
Just
another radio
play.
it shows like
I just thought, this is my brethren showing me love. We move. Like, again, because I have low expectations of this place.
that's what.
But No Signal is very, very important to black culture in this country. It's so, like,
You can't even put it into words. Like,
I can't, because
and I don't even think people, they're gonna deep it soon, but I don't think people have truly grasped
it's
it.
mad.
You don't appreciate it till it's not there.
It happened.
There's a cultural shift happening.
Absolutely.
We're watching a cultural reset, and people are not
They're
deep
not
in
deep in
it.
it.
Like, it's mad.
Like, do you lot listen past the just the 10v10s? That
Yeah.
you tune in, fam. I
On
know you
Mondays.
tune in because
This-
we're on
this
the
one has
TL
the only
doing
one that
Wednesday
listens
night.
to
Where's that interview? The slow jams of
Nah,
that's mad.
listen,
yeah.
man.
Slow
I was,
jams.
I was,
Yeah.
He's fucking
listen,
up still.
I was
Fucking up.
when I was in Colchester working B&Q. I was on my shift, had my AirPods in. I'm listening to them do super albums and
literally-
do
The
NF super
the
albums.
sample thing. Because I told you I'm unique with samples.
Yeah.
I'd be listening there.
clock
I
it.
didn't know some Beyonce tunes had the same sample as Redbone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, well, this is fascinating.
I think it's shown like music lovers that there's still ways to connect other than just posting music on Twitter. Because
Yeah.
Literally.
it's like, for me, it reminds me of radio, like listening to Trace and that back in the day, and just having that kind of communal sense of everyone's kind of enjoying the same stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, it was kind of getting a bit boring. I'm having to pick the music I'm listening to, put on
Yeah,
you're not
put it-
here, just
yeah.
whatever, and you go with it. So I think it kind of helps us a lot through. But what albums would you say got you through the year? It doesn't have to be albums that came out this year, but what got you through the year? Because if I'm going to correct myself, I think my song of the year would be "Bear With Me" by Louis Ray from Double Back by Weston.
Yeah,
Okay.
the freestyle
Because
he did.
that song for me, I think that song got
Showed
me
us
through the year,
lyrics,
100%,
Showed us
100%.
lyrics.
Which song?
Bear With
Bear
Me
With
by
Me.
Louis Ray.
Okay.
I think
He had
it's
a Drake- he had a Drake
That got
moment
me
still.
through the
I
year.
swear.
You know when Drake gets on tracks and he just
And
gives
it's
you
just-
bars like
you're feeling
lyrics.
it. You're
You know
feeling
what?
it move on his
For-
arteries.
For me, with him, he had a breakout year for me in terms of because Western
People
2
started
came
to
out this year,
appreciate
innit? Or was it
No,
last year?
last
year,
Nah,
last
it
year.
was
Really?
summer, and it was-
Fam.
Till
like-
this day, man.
Summer.
That's one of the
Yeah,
albums that got me
fam,
through this year.
Like what he did, because I never used to rate him like that. Because
Never.
for me, I feel like he started rapping better in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
But before, for me, it was very it was hard to listen to, get into him because he does a lot of, or he did a lot of stop start.
Start rapping.
So it's like
yeah.
no.
Even when he
But
freestyled.
but then I heard Lemonade, yeah, and the way
It's
he
just
was
lyrics.
just ran the beat,
There
and
you
man
go.
said, "Catch me if you can." I was
Yeah,
just,
he's smooth with it. Like,
yeah,
he's
I proper rate him. But
Um,
tunes that got me through the year.
Tunes or projects?
tunes or albums, but for me it was
Oh,
that
projects,
one
yeah.
song. But
That one song.
I think it's either those albums.
Summer Walker's thing for sure.
Mhm.
Over it got me through. I wasn't really a fan of Life on Earth like that. But thing Koji's project, Cashmere Tears. That there's a song on there called 11, and it's like dedicated to his friend that passed away. But like there's a couple tunes on there that's like very like sentimental. But the way like the way he made it in that song, like he said, there's a bar and he's like, thought that it'd be different when the bag's straight, thought we celebrated like our last days. And he used to say, I used to spit all my bars hoping that Pac would feel me. Now I spit all my bars hoping that Harry feel me. And it's just like the sentiment and power behind like the instruments and stuff, like with the jazziness. Fam, anytime I was having a bad day, I could put on that project. Oh, and Isaiah Rashad, The Sun's Tirade. I played that. That song came out. That project came out like 2016. But I play that like religiously.
I think this year an album. I'd say it'd be a tie between Blonde and I always just call it Endless. But yeah, it's called Endless, innit? Blonde and Endless, innit? And I say it's a tie between both of them.
Why is that?
Because I remember we started this
Yeah,
year,
yeah,
and
why
we said
is
Channel
that?
Orange.
Yeah.
So we were saying Blonde versus Channel Orange, and at first I was Channel Orange, innit?
Are you gonna try and compare the two albums or something?
No, because we asked, exactly, we asked this, innit? And it's a very hard.
It's not hard.
No.
I would rather you do Channel Orange and Nostalgia Ultra than Blonde and Channel Orange.
Why is that?
Because
It's easy.
Blonde, don't get twisted. Blonde was incredible. He's incredible. I hate talking on albums when the artist is that incredible because whatever you make, it's gonna slap me on different days. Do you know what I'm saying? But if we're gonna talk about standstill moments in time, Channel Orange.
I'm pretty sure I listened to Channel Orange for like 3 months straight. As in, I didn't listen to anything else. I'm pretty sure. Every day on the way to school. Every day on the way home
I
from school.
remember being in like year 8, and there was one.
Bro,
you know, there was one day in year
that-
8. I listened to that song the whole day in school.
That tornado tune.
Yeah.
I said that
I
to
don't
an
know
energy.
about you. I said that to-
I can't remember.
Michael doesn't feel things. He doesn't feel things.
Yeah, like-
Because that tornado tune, I was tornadoing.
I said I was
Tornado.
Nah, see, I rate Channel Orange a lot.
Heavy
I love the album. And every time I'll listen, I'll be like, oh, I don't even remember that many songs of Channel Orange. And I'll go back and listen to it, and I'll be like, okay, fair dues. But for me, Blonde, cause I do poetry innit, so it's like the lyrics and for me the layering of the lyrics, or because I could hear the lyrics like so much, because there was a lot of bare like laid back instrumentation. I was just like, yeah, this is it for me. Nothing really touches for me in terms of what he's written. Pink Matter, like pen wise, Pink Matter and Bad Religion, like the way like the things he like the way he was saying that, I proper like. There's not too many. At least I'll say this. I could get flat for it. If this comes out sounding mad, yeah, just delete it. Innit? But I haven't heard like bisexual artists talk about their duality of their character like that.
Yeah.
Like the way he like describes the male in their thing like as sensei, and like showing him like the. And and even like what's that song, Chanel. Like, I listened to Chanel and Chanel, and it was literally every other bar he was flipping between them.
Because the way Chanel starts making me uncomfortable, because the lyrics are grease. He's talking grease, but it's like,
I'm in there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Frank Ocean's pen game is.
Like, I'm rocking with.
Do you know what's so crazy? Let me tell you how crazy his pen game is. Sometimes. What are you talking about, sir?
Yeah.
No. What are you saying?
Are you on?
What does this
mean?
What are you saying?
Why did you just say all of this? I mean, I get it. I feel it. I'm in tears. Don't get it twisted. But like,
Why did
what?
you do this?
Why?
Like what?
Why?
Like, I don't get it. That's how crazy. And his pocket. I don't know. That's why I don't like talking about Frank, because he's an anomaly. Like he just does. He does what he does.
Yeah.
He said he writes all of his songs, or like the majority of his songs, from like the perspective of being in a car. Because that's why the thing's called Nostalgia Ultra, with the car on the front of it, and it's Channel Orange, because that's like the dial of It's just like, how do you think? Because now I feel like that is like the music that you make. Like, this is gonna sound so nuts, but it sounds like he dreams in like colourful sounds. Like,
No, people do that.
I get that.
I work with someone who they were like to me, okay, cool, the next project.
That sounded brazy, by the way.
No, that's a bar from one of my poems. Don't worry, it's dropping soon.
My guy.
You have to plug it.
But that's it.
I work with someone who he was like to me, okay, cool, the next project, it looks lime green to me. I don't know what that means, but it feels good. Like it feels. That's what he does. He doesn't say it sounds good. He goes, it feels good.
It feels good.
It feels really good. And
I believe it.
I get it.
I believe it. Like when you think of traps,
you'd be like, wow, yeah.
Like even though that's the color of like the project, when you listen to Trap Soul, it sounds like that.
It sounds like the artwork. Yeah, it sounds like the artwork.
That Channel Orange sounds like. So it sounds like it does. It sounds like
it sounds in between.
It's mad because when I listen to Super Rich Kids, I see. It's mad.
Super Rich Kids.
Yeah, it's mad.
I'll sweatshirts verse on that.
It sounds like Sun, but like
Sun.
Yeah.
Literally.
Fuck, I'm about to go home and listen to that.
It's crazy.
And I feel that way about Endless, because on Endless there's some songs which are very like minimalist. It's just him like, I don't want to say wailing, because with Frank Ocean it's not wailing in it, because I'm with him in it. But
it's very like ideas.
Yeah, it's just like concepts of a song, because I know the whole concept behind Endless is just like he wanted to get out of the contract in it, so he just kind of released something and then did Blonde.
Even with that, with Endless, they said that he like. Have you watched the video for it?
Yeah.
Like he's building the staircase.
Yeah,
and it's literally endless. Like it's just like,
and it's like this is what he threw away. This is what he threw away for the so when it comes to Endless, because for me it's like songs like Rushes and Florida.
I like Oklahoma. That's the song with Sampha in it.
That's another one.
I listen.
Yeah, and Sampha's another one as well. Sampha can make me emotional for things I've never like. What was it? I think it was Jewel by Sampha. Jewel by Sampha came out in like 2014. I don't know what I was going through in 2014. That Jewel by Sampha, it can still like. I remember
2014.
Yeah, it's like a full. It's a full.
That was GCSE.
Exactly.
That's the one that had the Too Much before.
Yeah,
Drake
it was Too Much. It was Indecision. It was Can't Get Close as well. And those songs by Sam Paul, you listen to them and you'll feel whatever this guy's feeling. Like, it's so crazy.
Don't you think
So-
it's sorry, but sometimes when I think about music, yeah, like, why is music the way it is? Like, like the way it's able, the way it's like, you can listen to a song and you have never experienced anything relating.
It's art, innit? That's what
It's
art's supposed to do.
That's what
but
it
the
is.
ability of an artist to do that is the most amazing thing. Like,
Do you
If
know
it's not
why
expressive,
though?
it's not- we're not
Most
trying to hear
music is stuff that you would, even relatable music, is stuff that you would never say to an actual person. It's a deep inner thoughts that you put out in the atmosphere that everybody has felt in some capacity.
in some way.
So it's like, oh my gosh, this person said this out loud.
I ain't gonna say
Crazy.
it, but I feel
Like
it.
there are stuff in my tunes, yeah, that I would never say to the person that I'm even writing about. I would never say this to your face. Go and listen to the song. I don't have time to dealing with human emotions. The music will tell you, like, it hit different when you learn the lyrics. And Scissor goes,
I've rap genius them lyrics.
trigger me.
Ooh,
Just
I
like
know-
I need it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I like the way your face is when we argue.
When we- yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Crazy stuff.
I like
It's
the way
mad.
your face threw that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy, but I'm with you though.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's
Do you know what I'm
crazy
saying?
stuff.
And
but I'm got it.
I act like it's cool when you're booed up with a new and it's not me. I'm just like, yeah,
Don't happen, but
Do you feel it?
I do be feeling that. Yeah. Like Drake, when Drake made Jaded, he said, Bella, come
That's
here.
true.
I'm gonna write about your life.
Yes,
I'm
I'm,
not proud of it, but I'm
ready. Yes,
gonna
I'm
write-
jaded.
Apparently it's about Georgia Smith as well, you know.
Living out on me.
Already got what you needed, I guess.
Imagine being a boyfriend and
You
Drake
did
is writing about your
amazing.
girl.
This
Oh
to be
my
loyal,
God.
this to be patient.
Bruv. I can't even punch man up.
Right.
I can't even punch man up. He's
the
talking
way-
about my
and
girl.
it's
like
the
this.
way it
The other
starts.
song, the other song that hits me, yeah. The one where he used the Nicki Minaj sample.
I listen to that all the time, you know.
How-
Like, on
is that the
how you feel?
Is it how it feels?
Yeah.
I'm
These
just
are
in
fans
the
that
way.
like-
sitting
And she uses the bossa spit
Yes.
sample. What?
Oh,
I'm just in the cussing it sideways. Hey, that you looking. Oh,
Drake
nah.
can be my-
Just to continue on the point you said, like that's how I felt about your project, like especially in that the accolades.
Accolades.
You deserve.
I'm gonna
Accolades.
finish
News,
and I'm
bro.
gonna do my own.
In news, bro.
Accolades.
But like when you like with the interlude where is it your aunt that's speaking or your mum?
It's my mum.
When your mum speaks and then she's just like, yeah, no, like you see something, you see yourself in the vulnerable people that you speak to, and that's why like you speak to them, and then you're just like, even when they make
Bro,
and you're just
your
like,
mum said that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
I'm putting that in my notes.
Really
Shout
me.
out Auntie Abby
Put
every
that on my
time.
Fam, I
Shout
was,
out Auntie Abby every time.
I was,
This is poetry right now. It's
fam, I
beautiful.
was like, raw, like, and then even that's why because I go on your lives, like, I'm big Bella stan boy, like, I don't get confused, like I probably fuck with your music. I even asked like on one of your lives, like, how do you, because with poetry and stuff, you're like or music, you're speaking about experience with other people, and I don't think people realize that like a lot of the time, like it's.
Okay.
I could be friends with somebody, or
I'm
like,
gonna ask something after,
or
but-
like you lot can know
I
like
get
who
that.
you lot could know who I'm dealing with, who I'm chatting to, and it's like as much as I can write something and you man can read it, and you'll be like, you might know what you're talking about. For the things that you say about somebody, is you and them that know innit. So like that's why I asked like how are you so comfortable to like say your truth, and like it would what you said really struck out to me, and I've just been living in by it. Then is your truth innit, like regardless of that's your side of the story, even if it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's how you feel.
Yeah.
Off the back of that, yeah. Have you ever wrote something that was proper vulnerable and just be like, nah, the streets can't have this though?
And that was Koshi Kan. But I had to put it
I
out.
haven't heard this, but I want to hear it though.
Yeah.
You need to.
Koshi Kan
Nah,
is
I played it for Nathan.
about me and sickle cell. And I was talking to sickle cell as if it was a person. Got sickle cell.
Gets to
Yeah.
that and get a gospel, innit?
Yeah, it's
And that's why what I wanted to say is like the more I listen to your EP, yeah, the more I deep your pen game is
It's crazy.
mad. Like because no, because like
She got lyrics.
the ability to like
Bars,
talk. I
those
think the one that really stands out to me the most is
man,
Big
that
Dreams
one out of
and
Woo!
If I start crying,
Fam.
if I start
I'm
crying,
listening
if I
to it.
start
I'm
crying,
gonna listen to it now.
that song, like, because you're literally talking to your dream as if it's a person you're in a relationship with, and but it's like someone that hasn't deeped it, or say someone that doesn't see the title, because obviously with the title then you deep what is it you're talking about, but somebody that doesn't see the title and just hears the song will think that you're talking as it, but the thing is, really and truly, it can be interpreted either way, like, and the ability for you to write a song for it to be interpreted in so many different ways is absolutely mad.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not gonna lie. I was coming home from work. You know, I told you I don't like this working. I was walking down,
You don't dream
I'm
of
with you, though.
labour.
dreams empty
Ain't no one trying to
pockets.
hear that work stuff.
I was walking Angel Corner, just walking home. Eventually it's dark, street lights are on. Obviously lockdown, streets are
Perfect
gappy.
scenery.
I'm walking by myself, very alone. And I was like, big dreams, empty pockets. Whenever you
I can't do this
No,
working
but that's
thing.
the thing.
Tired.
to go to work again.
Man.
Wake up,
No,
look in the
but
mirror like, nah.
that's my thing with that song though, because there's nobody that can't relate to that song.
Especially at the age.
What's the song, Big
Everybody
Dreams,
has something
Empty
that they're,
Pockets,
that
yeah?
they're trying to do, and that
Bro,
for
we
them
know,
it's
we
like
know,
this
we
thing
know.
needs to pan out for me,
Still.
or
100%.
everybody has to be able to relate to that song.
Like
Like,
in your 20s as well, because it's like there are so many changes going on.
You want to
If
do
you are
everything,
listening to that,
but you
one
ain't
of
got
those
nothing.
stages where I've just graduated, or I'm in uni. Or
What?
what am I doing? What am I doing with my career?
I'm here.
Big
What am I doing?
dreams.
Wait, when I'm married, when I'm
I'm just in limbo, like, I don't know nothing.
No.
big dreams.
Panicking. Life is
Oh
just bare colours.
Yeah, no, this, do you know what it is? Again, you can only speak from, I want to touch on what you said first, and then I want to touch on what you said. You can only speak from your experiences. A lot of the times, the reason I can speak my truth is because, like I said, there are things that aren't said in real life. So if I say it in a song, I don't really need to address this anymore. You know how I feel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You heard it. Did you hear the project? All right, cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
stutter.
that was it.
Right.
Like, so I feel comfortable, even if they did know it was about them or whatever about the situation. It is like, it opens up a dialogue, and that's why I called it the art of conversation. Like, I'm open to having hard conversations now.
That's a
Harder
word.
conversations.
In it,
It's just bare gems,
I didn't
you know.
even think
Yeah.
about it like that.
honestly, amazing.
Sorry, I was gonna.
that's fine.
Yeah. And with like Big Jeans, Empty Pockets, and Cause You Can and stuff. Cause You Can, I made sure I didn't say he or she in it. There's no pronouns,
yeah.
so that it's open to whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If it's a toxic relationship between you and a person, if it's between you and a theme in your life,
Yeah.
or you know, something like an addiction or whatever, like, you deal with that. And Big Dreams, Empty Pocket is just real. I'm not gonna lie to you, I wrote that in 2018 when
This I was gonna say. It's been big dreams. And big
yeah,
pockets.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
been big-
Time for a minute,
It's
bro.
big. It's
Since I was like 16.
I was in LA,
Brock,
broke
fam,
as fuck.
pockets empty.
Like crazy, as in I just had enough to get through the day,
Yeah.
and I was eating once a day, and maybe twice, and I would be covering it up with the fact that I had a session. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really need to eat. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're
Do you
working
know
for
what
the
I'm
hunger.
saying?
Oh
Like,
my
I
days.
didn't. Like, I said, look for the sign that says 24 hours, because we're here doing
Yeah.
grave shifts.
Yeah.
We need a 24 hours McDonald's right now, and X, Y, and Z, and like doing saving lives.
No cap,
And like,
university.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, it was at the time that UK were championing certain people that I just didn't think that if I live in the UK, I'm
weren't
so
slapping.
angry that I want to make this music and put it out, and nobody's gonna care. And I was just frustrated, innit? Like, I said, I haven't paid the bills as long as I've been with you, and I'm praying that changes because I'm in love.
That was that, but it was that part for me.
Yeah,
Honestly.
but and blood, sweat, and tears ain't a currency where we're from. Clout is currency. So I don't know. I like being vulnerable, just not to people. Music
No,
is
I
a
hear
safe
it.
space. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it doesn't leave me on red. Get it? Like, it feeds me sometimes.
Sometimes.
On occasion.
I know you
Sometimes-
want to move on. but
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't. Like,
okay.
we're going with the flow. We're going with the flow.
Okay. I have another question. Like, does it? In fact, I have two things to say. I say, Supernova, amazing. I didn't like, not to think. I didn't think you were
Not
capable
just
of
name
making a song
dropping. I was
like
like,
that.
I heard it, you know.
But it was like, no,
You had
but,
time to
really
do
but it's
visuals.
very-
You had the time.
but it's just, it was,
Super.
it's like, it's one of those. It's like it's a legacy song. Like I'll let you know that
it's a
now.
ballad.
Like,
It's a ballad.
it's
It's a
like
ballad.
just the like when we were talking about feeling things like from songs that we or feeling things that we don't know. Damn, I've never looked at a babe and been like, you know what, like,
bro, don't
I'm not
talk
gonna
about
ruin
the
it.
content of it. Alright, cool.
Oh,
I'm not gonna ruin it. I never looked at somebody and been like, like supernova. Do you get what I mean? Was that?
I want to experience it.
Calm.
You're taking
No,
away.
the thing
Do you get me?
is, the song is so good that
Yeah.
we can't really
Yeah,
it.
we can't.
Like,
I'm not
as
gonna
much as
lie.
we talk about it, you're gonna feel it when you
Just
listen to it.
was
Like,
talking about it before I got to listen to it, and I had to listen to the whole thing. I think I had to go watch plates or something. But anyway, I came back and I listened to it, and what he said couldn't ruin it because it's just
it can't.
experience.
Yeah.
And this is me on the phone. Precious, you need to listen to this.
Like,
Like,
he was shouting at me, but I said, I'm gonna listen. I was already starting to listen to it because
you have to make sure your eyes are really listening to this thing as
And
well.
my second question. Oh damn.
You forgot it.
I forgot it. My goldfish memory kicking my ass.
Can I also pick up half of me? That song, sometimes I listen to that song, I can't necessarily relate, but boy, I be relating because she's even half of me. She not.
A lot of girls, it was giving me city girls, but R&B.
But right.
Oh, is it?
You know, let me